Welcome to our grade 9 maths class. In this session I am going to conduct the lesson number 13, rounding of numbers. Right? I will start the lesson like this. In a certain school there are 2483 students. Right? So that number actually I don't know that school. I just heard there are 2483 students. Right? So that number is very difficult to keep in our mind, right? So what I do, when I heard that number, I just convert that number into a comfortable number, right? I say 2483, I just convert that one to 2500. So 2500 is compatible for me rather than using 2483, right? So these kind of conversions we are doing in day-to-day life, right? Okay, so if we go to the maths theory, these kind of conversions, right? Difficult numbers are converted to the comfortable numbers. So this practical conversion we say in mathematics, that is called rounding numbers, right? Rounding of numbers. Okay, so we will move on to the lesson. We'll start to round off the numbers to the nearest 10, right? So the first number here I have taken, that is 287, right? So using this diagram I'm going to explain that. And you can see that this 287 is in between 280 and 290, right? These two are the multiples of 10, that means to the nearest 10 numbers, right? Now you can see that 287 is very close to the number 290. Now if you see the gaps between 280 and this number, and also the gap between this number and 290, you can see this gap is very big than this, right? So therefore we can round off this number 287 to the nearest 10, that is 290, right? So this is the pictorial way that I can explain. Now we will move to the second example here. The second example is 285. This one also I can explain from the diagram here. You can see 285 is exactly in the middle. That means these two gaps are equal, right? That means actually I can't assign this one to that or this. But for the convention, we assign these kind of numbers to the multiple of 10 in the greater sign, right? Therefore, the answer of this I can write as 290, right? So I pick this answer from the diagram. Now there is easy method rather than this. Right? There is an easy method rather than this. So let me to explain that. Now look at this number. I am going to round off this number to the nearest 10. So in that procedure you have to find out the 10th place of the number, right? Now this is the unit place. This is the unit place of the number, and 3 is at the 10th place. What you should do, you have to find out the 10th place and then look at the unit place, right? If the number is in the unit place is 5 or greater than 5, right? The condition is if the number which is in the unit place is greater than 5 or 5, what you should do, you have to add 1, right? Add 1 to the 10th place, right? Add 1 to the 10th place. So because we are rounding off the number to the nearest 10, the unit place becomes 0. So the answer will be 2500. Now I am adding 1 to this number, so that will be 4. The unit place will be 0. Right? This is the way very easy. Now we will do the next question also. Here also I am going to round off this number to the nearest 10. So what you should do, you have to find the 10th place of the number, right? So unit place, this is the 10th place. Now you just look at the unit place. If the number is greater than 5 or 5, you should add 1 to the 10th place. But you can see the number which is in the unit place is less than 5. Therefore we don't add any number to the 10th place, right? So the answer will be, actually I can't write equal here. So answer will be here 3300. I am not adding any number, right? I am not adding any number to this number. Unit 10 place. So I just write it is 2. The unit place should be 0, right? This is the way how we can round off the numbers to the nearest 10. Okay. So here are some exercises. You try these exercises alone, right? So we will move to the next part of the lesson. Right. Now I am going to round off the numbers to the nearest 100, right? So here I am not using any diagram. I just direct you the simple procedure. Because we are rounding off to the nearest 100, you should find out the 100th place of the number, right? So this is unit place and this is 100th place and this is 10th place and this is the 100th place. So once you found the 100th place, right, you should look at the 10th place here, right? You should look at the 10th place here. Now the number which is in the 10th place is 5 or greater than 5. You should add 1 to the 100th place. Now you can see in the 10th place 5 is there, that means exactly 5. That means you must add, right, 1 to this 100th place. So this become what, 3. That means 1300, because we are rounding off to the nearest 100. That means last two numbers should be zeros, right? So the answer will be 1300. Okay. So very easy. You follow the same procedure. Find the number in the 100th place of the number. That is 2 here, right? You can see 2, and then look at the 10th place number. Now you can see that number is less than 5, right? In that case we don't add 1 to the 100th place, right? So we just leave as it is. So the answer will be 5002, right? These last two numbers should be zeros, right? Now you can see numbers are rounding off to the nearest hundreds, right? Okay. Example number 3, same procedure. I will find the 100th place and then look at the 10th place. Now you can see the number in the 10th place is greater than 5. That means you should add 1 to this number, right? Add 1 to this number. So the answer will be 3500, right? Just 3500, because we are rounding off to the nearest 100, right? Now we'll look at the last question here. You have to find out the 100th place. So you need 10 and this is the 100th place, and then look at the 10th place. Now you can see that place contains a number which is less than 5. So therefore we don't add any number to the 100th place, right? So 100th place contains 1. What about the 10th place and unit place? They become 0, because we are rounding off to the nearest 100. Right? So this is the way you have to follow. I think the procedure is very easy for you, right? So we will move on. Right, these are the exercises I am assigning to you. Try alone, and furthermore you can follow your textbooks, right? So we will move to the next part of the lesson. Right, now in this slide I am going to explain you how to round off the numbers to the nearest 1000, right? So same procedure as I explained for the nearest 10, nearest 100, you can follow here. So the place you want to find in this case is thousands place, right? So here you can see unit place, 10th place, 100th place, and this is the 1000th place, right? So once we found this one, you have to look at the 100th place. Look at the 100th place. Same condition I can say. If the number in the 100th place is 5 or greater than 5, you have to add 1 to this 1000th place. Otherwise we won't add. Now you can see this number is greater than 5. That means you should add 1 to this 1000th place, right? So the answer is 2 right? We are rounding off to the nearest 1000. That means the last 3 digits should be zeros, right? So this should be 2000, right? Now it is, you can see that 1856 is very close to 2000, right? Okay, now we will go to the second example here. Find the thousands place, that is 5, and then look at 100th place. You can see the number 2, which is less than 5. Which is less than 5 means we don't add any number to the 100,000th place. So the answer will be 5, because we are rounding off to the nearest 1000. These 3 places should be zeros, right? 5000. The last one, same thing, 1000 place, and then look at 100th place. It is exactly 5 as per the condition. 5 or greater than 5, I said. Therefore this is 5. That means I will add 1 to this 1000th place. So this will be 4. So the answer will be what? 4000. Right? So very easy. This is the way you have to follow. And then try these exercises by yourself. Right? Okay. Now we will move to the last part of the lesson, rounding off decimal numbers, right? So before I move to the theory part here, just I want to show you the content in a decimal number, right? When we read it like this, 25.36, right? So this part, the part which is front of the decimal place, we say whole number part, and this part we say decimal part, and the first number you see after the decimal place is called first decimal place, and here this is called second decimal place, right? Okay, so here number 5, right, which is front of the decimal place, you can see that is called unit place of the whole number part, right? So keep these things in your mind. We will move to the lesson. Okay, now the first number here I chose is 2.7, right? Decimal number, you can see whole number part and also the decimal part. Now as per the topic, I am going to explain how to round off this number to the nearest whole number, right? Nearest whole number. Now look at the diagram as previous. I try to explain here. Now 2.7 is in between the two whole numbers 2 and 3, right? 2 and 3 are the numbers which include 2.7. Now I just separated this number line into 10 equal parts. So the first number here I can put 2.1, 2.2 and 2.3 like that. So the middle number is 2.5. Now the number that I concern here is 2.7. Now you can see this number is very close to the number 3, whole number 3. That means I can round off this decimal number to the nearest whole number, that is 3. So answer of this question actually is 3, right? Once we round off, the answer should be 3, because you can see in the diagram this is very close to number 3 rather than 2, right? So we will move to the next slide. Okay, second question 2.5. Now in the diagram you can see 2.5 is in the middle of the number line. That means the gaps between the whole number and 2.5 and the gap between 2.5 and 3, they are equal. That means actually we can't assign this number to 2 or 3. For the convention, right, as per the standard, what we do, we assign this 2.5 to the nearest whole number which is in the greater side, right? So the answer of this one is 3. Right. Okay. Now rather than using this graphical method, we can follow the same theory which I explained you previously. So now here we are rounding off this decimal number 52.33 to the whole number, to the nearest whole number. For that, you want to find, in this case, you want to find the unit place of the whole number, right? look at that diagram, you can see the unit place how I marked in the diagram. So look at here, you can see that the unit place here, that is 2, right? So in this case you have to find the unit place of the whole part and then look at the first decimal place, right? Here you should look at the first decimal place. Same condition here follow. If the number is 5 or greater than 5, we add 1 to the whole unit place, otherwise we don't. Now you can see this is less than 5, therefore we don't add any number to this place. So the answer will be 50, right? So I won't add any number to this, so this will remain 2 because we are rounding off to the whole number. This is the whole number, right? That means after decimal place actually I have to put 0, 0, 0.0. We'll move to the next example. Here we're going to round off to the nearest whole number. So you have to find out the unit place of the whole number, that is 3 here, right? And then you have to look at, you should look at the decimal place, the first decimal place in the decimal number, that is 4. Now you can see that is also less than 5, right? Less than 5 means we don't want to add any number to the unit place of the whole number. So the answer will be what? 3, right? 3.00. I'm not writing that part. So the whole number is 3, right? Now question number 5 here. So this is the unit place of the whole number. Now you just look at the decimal place, first decimal place of the, it is exactly 5, right? It is exactly 5, that means you should add 1 to the whole number, right? Whole place, we will add 1, so this will be 7. So the nearest whole number for this decimal number is 37, right? So this is the way I think you can understand, right? So you can try the exercises. Now you can understand how to round off a decimal number to the nearest whole number. So these are the exercises I am going to give you. Try yourself, right? We will move to the next part of the lesson. That is, we are going to round off the decimal numbers to the first decimal place, right? I think you can remember what is the first decimal place. So in here, in this decimal number, you should identify what is the first decimal place. So as I told earlier, this 5 is in the first decimal place, right? So in this case, what we should do, we have to find the first decimal place and then look at the second decimal place, right? Find the first decimal place and then look at the second decimal place. Same procedure. If the number is in the second decimal place is 5 or greater than 5, you should add 1 to the first decimal place, otherwise we don't add, right? Now here 9, that is greater than 5, that means you should add 1 to the first decimal place. Add 1 to the first decimal place, so this will be 6, right? So the answer will be 3.6, right? Here this second decimal place will be 0, so we are not writing because our target is to round off the number to the nearest first decimal place, right? So the answer is 3.6. Right. Look at the second question here. The first decimal place, here the first decimal place is 0 and then you have to look at the second decimal place, right? Now second decimal place contains again a number which is greater than 5. Here also you should add 1 to the first decimal place, right? Add 1 to the first decimal place, that will be 1 then. So the answer is 5.1, right? The answer is 5.1. And the last question that I like to explain in this part is our 120.15. So this is the first decimal place and then you have to look at the second decimal place and you can see that second decimal place contains exactly 5. That means you should add, according to the condition, you should add 1 to this place, right? So this will be 2 then. So the final answer is 120.2, right? 120.2, right? If the number which is in the second decimal place is less than 5, you not add 1 to the first decimal place, right? So this is the theory regarding the first decimal place, rounding off to the first decimal place, right? Right. We will move to the next part of the lesson, the last part actually, right? Rounding off to the nearest second decimal place. Rounding off to the nearest second decimal place. Right, here in this case we have to find out the second decimal place, right? So this is called first decimal place and this one is the second decimal place. Once you found it, you have to look at the third decimal place, right? You have to look at the third decimal place, that is 7, right? Again the same theory, if it is 5 or greater than 5, you should add 1 to the second decimal place. So here it is greater than 5, that means I will add 1 to this number. So what will happen here? What will happen? If I add 9 to this will become 10. So we can't write 10 there. That means we have to put 0, the number in the 10th place. That means the 10th value we should add to the first decimal place, right? So the number, final answer will be 23 point, right? So here once I add, I am telling you again, once I add 1 to this number, this become 10, right? We can't leave 10 here. Therefore I put 0 here and I add the 10th place to the first decimal place. So this becomes 6, right? Actually 6, 0. Now my target is to round off this number to the nearest second decimal place, but it is automatically rounded off to the first decimal place. This one we can write as 23.6. Okay? Right. Okay, we'll look at the second question. Our target is to round off this number to the nearest second decimal place. So I will find out the second decimal place, that is 7 here. So you should look at the third decimal place. Now you can see that the number in the third decimal place is less than 5. That means we don't add anything to the second decimal place. So the rounded off number of this is 5.07, right? The next third decimal place becomes 0, right? Because once we follow the procedure, this becomes 0. So this is the way. Now you can see only 2 decimal places, right? Okay, the last one here, the second decimal place I will find, that is 3, and then look at the third decimal place, right? Third decimal place contains exactly 5. That means as per the condition, we should add 1 to second decimal place. So this number 3 become 4, right? So the answer is 25.64. This become 4, right? So third decimal place becomes 0. So no meaning putting 0 here, right? So we'll move. Now this is the last exercise I'm assigning you, right? So round off following numbers to the nearest first decimal place, and also same set of numbers you use to round off to the second decimal place also, right? So that's all that I want to explain under this lesson. I hope you understood. So children, we will meet with a new video again.